Hey, people! Yeah, that's right, you can see me! Look at this! It's actually getting bright out, and I'm talking to you. It's not dark. Wow, so unusual. Why would I be doing this? Oh, that's right. Because I told work they can go screw themselves. Yeah, I didn't really tell them that. I did, however, tell them that my grandson is at home and he's going to be moving to Florida soon, so I want to spend a little bit more time with him. And they said, okay, enjoy. So I am going to go with him all morning. He's fun. That's what I'm going to do. I know you're wondering, why is this guy just sitting there looking like a weirdo? And I also know that nobody watches my shit anyhow, so who cares what I say? So, I came to a revelation. It's going to sound weird as hell. I know, especially since you've been watching my videos up to now, if you're the chronological kind of person. Maybe you aren't. But if you are, then if you look back to when I started making videos, and when I started just talking to my phone, almost like a therapist, self-psychoanalysis again. But when I started doing that, I was still under the spell. I was so deep under the spell that I didn't know I was under a spell. Yeah, I was doing my damnedest to break out of the spell, so, I would, in my head, reading stuff, I would think, okay, yeah, this all makes sense, it lays out, yes, this is the way it must be. So I was saying stuff that you should be saying, like, your job doesn't really matter, the only thing that matters is how you treat people. The only thing that matters is what kind of a person you are. Your money doesn't matter. You can be broke as hell or you can be rich as heck. If you're a good person, you don't care about the money. The money just comes because you're a good person on whatever you're doing. The spell that we're all under has tricked us all into thinking, oh, your position is what's really important. What people think of you is important. Oh, look, that guy's a doctor. Wow, he must be really respected. He must be really smart. He helps people. Therefore, you should act in a certain manner around him that is professional. You don't want to act like this in front of a doctor. That's all crap. When you finally break out of the spell, you realize that we've all been living in a live-action role play. We've all been living like there's some teacher or there's some omnipresent being watching down over us that would yell at us or scold us if we acted in a wrong manner. Oh, no, you have to act this way, otherwise you'll get in trouble. Follow the rules. This is what you're supposed to do. But a lot of this is what you're supposed to do, didn't make sense to people. Because some of those things let you be kind of screwed up. And it's not right, but hey, look, this is what it says. It's all about being a good person. It's all about making whoever you're talking to, whoever you're around, feeling good. Whether it's good about what you're doing or good about what you're telling them they need to be doing, or it's just feeling good and happy. I shouldn't have to threaten you with anything. That it won't do anything except make you think, well, now I have to hide what I was doing even more than I was before so he doesn't catch me again. But if you like what you're doing, then it's not, oh, what are you going to make me do this time? It's, hey, I'm kind of bored. What do you need done? What do you need done? And more importantly, how would you like me to do it so I don't mess it up? That one little phrase, that 20-second little, hey, what would you like done? And how would you like me to do it? Because I don't want to do it wrong from your perspective. I want to do it the way you want it done. I want to help you, and I want to do it your way. So, please instruct me, and I will help you out. Regardless of what it is. Your job, your home, you're just helping people out. Just think about how good your company would be if everybody wanted to work there. Not because you made a whole bunch of money. If everybody wanted to work there because everybody was like a big family. When you go in, everybody in the lunchroom's like, hey, it's you, what are you doing? And you're like, hey, yeah, you guys ready today? And then you joke around, you pick at each other. Like things used to be in a lot of factories. And it sounds weird unless you have snapped out of it. But it was like that in a lot of factories and places when the people who knew how to do the job were in charge. It's like we got talked into, well, you don't need to know how to do the job to instruct people. You just need to know how to lead people. You don't need to know how to do the job. So that really fosters a sense of, why in the fuck am I going to do what you want me to do? You don't know what in the hell you're doing. So why would I do what you're telling me to do? But we've all been just bamboozled into not seeing it that way. It's like the business and the making money is more important than the product and what we're making. How does that make any sense to anybody? It's not the right thing. I don't want to make a car that I talk you into buying that's going to break in 5 years just so you have to buy a new one. That's what we're all doing. We're not doing the right thing. You know that there's some family who's going to buy a car. Having that bill will stress them out a little because now they don't have as much money for food or for electricity or for rent to keep a roof over their head. But they've got a car, so now they can go to work, which is what they need to do to keep food, to keep a roof over their head, to keep a car so that they can go to work. Don't you see how just ridiculous all of that is? All you're doing is talking people into something that they don't want to do to begin with, that's going to make their life harder, that's not going to make them happy, that the TV is going to keep telling them, hey, you might be happy if you get this new car. Hey, if you buy this other new thing, then you might be happy. So we're all just stuck in this giant loop of, well, I have to go to work so that I can afford to be happy, but we're never actually happy. Think about the movie The Trolls. Happiness comes from eating trolls. You can't be happy on your own. Some of these kids' movies have been trying to tell us all something, but we haven't seen it because we've been under the spell too. You can only see something from your perspective, which is what you've already heard me saying for a while, because I've looked into this stuff, and being smart was the most important thing in my head. Being smart. Because if you're smart, then people will listen to you because you know what you're doing, and then you can make money. And if you make money, then people will think, hey, that guy knows what he's doing. I need to treat him with respect. With respect. That's what we're all after. So if I have to pretend like I know everything in order for you to respect me, then guess what I feel like I have to do? I feel like I have to know everything. So that's what I've been doing up until yesterday when I woke up. I don't know what snapped me out of it. Did I talk to Grandma? She passed away. don't say I'm sorry, because she didn't go anywhere. She's still here. She's still here. All she did was say, well, that was fun. My meat suit wore out. What am I going to do now? She's doing something else. Yeah, it was good having her here, and I loved her. She taught me stuff. But at the same token, she fucked me up. Because her perspective wasn't the right perspective. Because the whole monetary system and the whole greed-based thing we're all stuck in had already talked her into thinking a certain way, which made my mother think a certain way, which made me think a certain way. So, I can't keep going on and on, because then you'll just think I'm rambling like an idiot. But what I can do is go ahead and shut this off. Yeah, I know I'm not looking right at you. It's because it's really hard when you're doing it on a smartphone. It's not like looking at a camera that you can tell is a camera. This is a box that has my picture on it that I kind of want to keep looking at to make sure I'm not doing something that looks weird when you're watching it. But I know that I do a lot of stuff that's weird that you'll probably want to watch. So I just have to get used to it and forget about what you think about me and instead focus on what you think. That's the important thing. Not about what you think about me, because everybody's going to think something different about me. I can say, hey, you got a weird shirt, and I can smile. If I said that exact same thing the exact same way to 50 people, 40 of them would be pissed. 3 of them would wonder what in the hell's wrong with their shirt. 2 of them would say, what's wrong with that guy? Wait, yeah, I screwed the math up. But only a couple of them would say, yeah, that's why I got it. I love it. Those couple of people, those are my people. Those are people who see things the way I do. Those are the people that I'll talk to and I'll hang out with. The other ones, those are the ones that I'll be like, yeah, I gotta pretend like I'm somebody I'm not around you, because there's a time and a place for everything. No, there's not. The only thing that always has a time and a place is being good to people. If it offends you, then you really need to look at why it offends you. If I say, wow, your breath smells like a bird pooped in it, and then another bird came in, ate that poop, and then pooped itself. If I said that to you, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. I'm just trying to say, hey, your breath's kind of bad. And I'm trying to do it in a funny way because from my perspective, if somebody says something funny to me and there's not a whole bunch of people around, they're not picking on me. Because, hey, there's nobody else around that can laugh at what he said. It's just him saying it. So he's trying to say it the nicest way he knows how. And in my eyes, the nicest way to do anything is to be funny and try to get them to laugh with you. Because from my perspective, if you're smiling and laughing, you're happy. Because that's what smiling and laughing means. That's why I use humor on everything I do. That's why I do it. I don't tell you, you don't need to do that. That's not the right way to do things. I say it in a funny way to try to get you to laugh because I don't want you to be mad at me. I want you to be happy. I don't want to make you mad. Why does anyone want to make people mad? If you're not doing what you're supposed to, yeah, it makes me mad. But I will approach it with humor. That's how I do things. That's just my way. We all have to realize we all have a way. It might not be your favorite way, but as long as nobody's feelings are hurt, as long as nobody feels put down, as long as nobody feels dumb, or nobody feels like they're less than you, or don't have as much as you, as long as everybody feels like you just want them to be your friend, they'll help you do whatever you need, the best that they can. This whole money thing, yeah, I'm waving to people going to the gym. This whole money thing has really screwed us up as people. We've really lost our humanity, because there's people in positions of power who don't mind making your life harder, my life harder, an entire county's life harder, hell, an entire country's life harder, or a certain looking people, their life's harder. Let's just think, Irish people. People who talk funny and sound like this. We can make them do stuff for us so we don't have to do it. Doesn't that sound enticing? What if instead of talking funny and saying stuff like, thank me lucky charms, blessed the Blarney Stone, for crying in the mud. If they don't just sound funny, what if they just look funny? What if their skin is a lot darker than mine and they don't get sunburns? Maybe we could make them do stuff for us so we don't have to do it. Yeah, look. If I tell that guy that people who are darker than me, and that guy's not as dark as them, he might see that, hey, we can get them to do stuff for us too. And if enough of us get together, we can all make all of them do stuff for us so we don't have to do it. Wouldn't that be awesome? But what does that do to those darker skinned people? Doesn't that make them feel bad? Now they feel like we think they're more than they are? I bet you that's really hard on a person. Yeah, we probably shouldn't do that. If there's no victim, then there's no crime. Yeah, I know there's a whole lot of stuff right now that you're thinking, but, that whole but, that's part of the spell. Yeah, people could get hurt. Yeah, people could walk out and say, I didn't know I shouldn't walk out. That's because we haven't been teaching anybody the right thing, the right way, for a long time. And it's been that way on purpose. On purpose. To keep people who don't mind screwing you and making your life harder to make their life easier. I know it sounds like I'm rambling on and on about stuff that doesn't make any sense to a lot of people. But I know this is going to sound like I don't know what I'm talking about to a really big chunk of people right now, because there's a hell of a big chunk of people who are still stuck in, you can kind of say they're still stuck in the Matrix, but they're still stuck in that mindset. They're going to look at what I'm saying and say, that makes no sense to me. But there's an ever-growing number, and it's growing faster and faster by the day. There's an ever-growing number of people who will listen to what I say and agree with me when I say, the meek shall inherit the earth. Because the meek doesn't mean, what I was talked into thinking it meant. Basically your savages, your people who don't feel like they need anything, people who are happy being poor. People who are poor are happy. They're so dumb. But those people who don't have anything are the happiest. I know you're thinking, God, this guy's dumb. But until you see it from the perspective of not having stuff, then you won't understand it. Yeah, it's nice having money. It's nice having good stuff. It's nice feeling like you're better than people, but if you can see what it does to those people, you don't think it's quite so nice. Because you know that, wow, I look really good today. But me looking this good might make that person feel like I'm better than them. Especially. How exactly do you say that? Because it's spelled especially. But I always want to say especially. Anyways, I'm hoping you can hear me. I don't have my headset on because the Bluetooth was jacking up my brain, which they don't tell you because they want to keep making money off of it. But anyways, where in the hell was I going with this? Oh yeah, I look good. So you know that you look good. If you pretend like you're better than people, then they're going to think you think you're better than them, so they're going to treat you in a different way. You might think it's respect, but to a lot of those people, it's just, I don't want to piss this guy off. He'll think he's better than me and try to act like it, and I don't want that. Nobody wants to feel like they're less than people, which is why nobody tries to talk to you when you act like you're better than them, because they don't want to have you act like it to their face, which makes them feel bad, so they just avoid it. Or as you see it, they act with respect around you. Now, does that really make sense? It doesn't to me. And I didn't see it until yesterday when I woke up. What happened? Hell, I don't know. But anyways, you guys have a good one. I still love you all. Be good to each other. It'll work out. No matter what happens, it'll work out. Till next time.